Put the kitties to bed. Turn us up. Roll the windows up. Turn us up.
Turn us
If
up.
you're jogging, turn us up.
Just turn us
If
up.
you're
Period.
arguing with your man, kick his ass out and turn us up.
Or you could tell him to come have a seat and listen in too.
And
Because
turn
he
us
might
up.
get a few pointers.
Right. And tune in and what?
Okay. Zone out.
So we are back with our special guest.
Before we start, can I
Uh-huh.
please give a special shout out to Move Makers NY for the ill beat that they provided for our podcast?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. We love it. I don't know if y'all don't be saying it behind the scenes. Like I got a whole dance for it and everything.
We gotta
We
let
should do
them
a
out one
TikTok.
day. We need to.
We should do like a TikTok with it.
There you go. I do not
We
disturb TikTok
could.
challenge.
Y'all ready for that?
Oh,
If we
yes.
put out a challenge, would y'all start doing these challenges and post them and tag us in it?
Let's ask our
Not if
special
I'm
guest.
dancing in it, cause
Yeah.
Zion, we
Oh, you
know
with
you
it?
be
He with it?
You be dancing. We be
so we
saying
got
with it.
Dayon
Right.
back.
I'm with it.
yeah, we got
Wanna
Dayon
introduce
back.
I'm here.
Hey Dayon, thanks for coming back.
What's
Welcome
up?
back.
What's up?
Eric Childs, how are you?
I'm great. How y'all doing?
Thanks for coming back.
You
Shedding
feel
some
fun?
light.
Appreciate y'all.
Shedding some of that divorce from a divorcee to another divorcee.
Divorcee to divorcee.
It is.
One divorcee
We
to another
know-
divorcee.
Yes,
That's it. There you
It's
go.
cool.
That sound better.
Divorcee.
The word, but it sound better.
Yeah,
Divorcee.
that is it. Divorcee.
You know what divorcee
Why you say
is?
divorcee?
It's because I'm divorced,
Said do
but I'm
say.
trying to be somebody's fiance again. You know what I mean? So divorcee. That's our new word. Derek, how are you?
What's good?
Thanks for coming back.
Back.
We want, even though you guys are probably scared to come back, because this topic right here. Okay, Keena want to be the one talk about some or guys. No, we want to
I'm
talk
just saying.
about women and how you guys feel about why you're out there dating. Dayon, when you was dating,
Mhm.
It didn't count. He was young.
He was Jody. He was being
but
Jody.
women, yeah,
It's 24, 25 young.
hell yeah, 24, 25 young. Men don't get
25.
They say men
Well, I mean, it
mature
is
later
young.
than women.
right.
They
And I
do.
forget when they said that
Yeah, I
you
agree
guys'
with that.
brains
Yeah.
mature. You guys' brains don't mature till like 68.
Wait,
I'm
Really?
joking.
Really?
Right before they
Dang.
deathbed.
Really?
Right before they deathbed. Fast forward to they clap.
It's crazy that the brain is still maturing and don't never get there, but y'all balls, y'all that shit.
Listen.
Be
How y'all come
producing
out
like
the
a
womb?
motherfucker. That
I
should
just
be-
don't understand. Anyway. Anyway. I don't even remember what the question was. I'm just thinking about
Just think about balls. Just think about balls.
what was the question?
Oh my gosh. This is way off topic. This is not what we're talking
Women
about.
Derek.
is dating.
So when
Going
you was
somewhere.
dating women,
When you guys are dating, did you expect your girlfriends at the time to be doing let me
Y'all
let me give you some context real quick, okay?
Wow.
Let's say the playing field is even, right? We both everybody's bringing shit to the table. You got a good job, you got a good head on your shoulders. She does too. But your girlfriend saying there are certain things that she says for her husband, okay? You ain't my man, you ain't my husband, I ain't doing this. She could cook, but she won't. She cooks, but won't bring your plate or fix it or leave it in the microwave. I'm working late, babe. Okay, shit. Fix your own shit when you come in. My lights and stuff is out in the kitchen. I'm going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say y'all at a cookout family function. She don't fix your plate and bring it to you. Let's say she don't want to shack up. You want her to move in. You say, baby, just come on, moving. Like, we've been wasting too much time. But she's like, unless you giving me a ring, unless you buying me a house, unless you gonna be my husband, I'm not moving in. Like, do you see certain things as
do
a
y'all even experience
prerequisite
that? 'Cause this shit sound like
before
crazy.
marriage? Are you expecting your woman to be
Man.
doing certain things?
Cater to you.
Before-
And that's what we mean
listen,
by doing wifey duties.
Listen,
Right.
exactly. I'm about to not to toot my wife horn, but I'm gonna toot the shit out of it.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
As you should. As
But-
you should.
But just to
Okay.
answer
Knock on
that,
wood, afterwards
just-
you gonna bash her
just
ass.
yeah, right. But just to,
It's like nah.
just to answer that, doing wifey duties as a girlfriend made her a wife.
Okay.
Mm.
Now,
Explain that.
now,
I
my
get that.
situation might be different from a lot of people.
Mhm.
So maybe my experience on that topic was different because at the time when me and her got together, my previous relationship, the person I was in a relationship with, had passed away. So
Okay.
maybe that was different. But when I started dating, I was dating multiple women. I was a
Okay.
straight whore. I had to get that out the.
Mhm.
I was out
He
here,
went through
Mhm.
his
You were
whole
young.
phase.
You were
And
young.
yeah. and at the
Right.
time when I was dating all these women, she was the one that stood out.
Mhm.
Why? Because she was doing the wifey duties.
Mm.
Now, when I was dating these other women, it was let's link up, movies, date, dinner, travel,
Yeah.
sex.
Wasn't
It
that
was
serious?
it was
though.
nice serious. When she
Mhm.
came in, it was what are you doing with your life? It's like just
Mhm.
pointing
Where
out
you-
cooking.
Yeah.
Like chicks used to come to my house,
Help her with the
just
child.
link up. She'll come to my house, she'll clean up. Like little
Mhm.
shit I noticed. Like
Mhm.
put this away, do that, do this.
Like she just not here for the
cook.
moment.
Yeah. Like
She's-
it ain't just always going out. I was out here spending. Like these bitches was just
of
what's
cour-
up? What we going
I
out
bet
at,
they
bro? What's
was.
good for this week? And I was
Mhm.
promoting too. So they was just having a good time. And
Mhm.
she was totally different. She was, let's have dinner in the house. I'll buy some groceries. I'll come over and cook.
She was genuinely trying to get to know you.
Get to know me.
Okay.
My house was at the end of, like I said, Shorty had passed away. So I was living like a bachelor with a daughter. I was a single father.
Okay.
Mm.
And it was like, yo, you a dad, get your shit together. Like
Mhm.
clean this up, do
Right.
that. And all that just caught my
Right.
and
Oh,
when I started
that's a
getting
big
interested,
one.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Definitely.
fuck that. I'm wasting my time with these bitches. I'm spending money.
Mhm.
Little by little,
Shit,
I
I
started
married her
off,
too.
cutting them off, cutting
That makes
everybody
sense.
off, and then me and
Mhm.
her just became one. So it was, like I said, my situation was probably different because what I was going through at the time.
Mhm.
But that wifey duty stuff she was doing caught my eye
Right.
and made me
Definitely
This
Made
is
you
what-
want
yeah,
to.
this who I want to be with.
Want to
Like, this
build
is,
with
yeah,
her.
this who I want to build with.
Mhm.
So I feel as though me, I always, like I said, Crystal, I don't believe the term wifey duties for a boyfriend. Why? Because there's no such thing as wifey. Like, you're supposed to cook for yourself. As a man too, you're supposed to be able to cook and take care of yourself. You can
Mhm.
expect that from a woman.
For yourself.
So if you're
You said
looking,
it, right?
Not
Yeah,
all
I
men
said it.
cook.
I know that, but I'm saying you're supposed to be able to take care of
Fend for
yourself.
yourself.
Fend for
at
yourself.
least.
So
Yeah.
you can't sort out for a woman for that. So I feel as
Mhm.
though ain't no such thing as wifey duties. And when also the other fellas answer, I want to ask, what do you consider wifey duties?
Right.
Mhm.
Because if you consider cooking and cleaning wifey duties, do you cook and clean for your fucking self?
Right. Right.
So I don't believe in such
So you
thing
saying
as
That's
you're
wifey
true.
starving
Remember, like
until
you
a
said
bitch
that?
come in your life?
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
it's
But
really-
you supposed
We're
to
just naturally like
you supposed to
ways.
do
Well, I would sit there and eat
wifey
out every
duties
day
to
until
become a
something
wife.
happens.
Because if we don't know what we getting, why the fuck we gonna marry you?
Mm.
I
you know
agree.
what? Someone
I
else
agree.
said that before.
Mm.
Like, you not cooking, cleaning. Why the fuck would I put a ring on your finger? Now you really ain't cooking and cleaning. You might say I'm gonna cook
Got
and clean when I
comfortable.
get
Like
the
I
ring.
wasn't doing this shit
but-
before
On
I
some
got
Cardi
married.
shit?
So why I gotta
Yeah,
cook?
why I
I
gotta
don't
do it
know.
now?
On some Cardi
No.
shit. I don't cook.
Down, cook,
Yeah.
down, clean.
So I mean, that's
Yeah.
just my experience. I mean, I want to see what Eric and
Yeah.
Derek have to say about it, but that's just mine. That's how I look at it.
Either one of you gentlemen want to go first?
Because according to the book of Cardi B,
I guess it just come down to what a man values or what he values in a woman to do. Like my man said, like, I don't need no woman to cook or clean for me. I'm a self-sufficient man. I can do all of that on my own. You don't have to wash my clothes, none of that. I already clean my own crib or get somebody to pay somebody to do it. I'm looking at it. I think it's more so for wifely duty. Also can be able to take the temperature of your man, right? Like, if you know your man is a workaholic, like myself, I run a bunch of businesses and I'm doing a bunch of things, so I'm constantly working, I'm constantly grinding, moving. Like, a wifely duties is like, yo, put the phone away, close the computer. I done got us set up to do this. I want you to turn off.
Relax.
I feel like you're gonna burn yourself out. That's a wifely duty move.
Have some
'Cause
you
she's taking your
time.
temperature, she paying attention. I don't need you to go get my plate. Matter of fact, boo, I'm the type of man, I'm gonna get your plate. I'm gonna fix your plate. That getting your plate shit and all that, to me, that's some old backwards civil rights movement type. I don't care
Oh,
about
he
none
got
of that
Derek woke
shit.
now. He woke.
But the
I
crazy
don't care about. I really don't. Like, I don't. Man,
Right.
you know, if you get my plate, fine. Or you get the plate. You cook. I'll wash the dishes. I don't care about none of that.
Right.
It's all to me.
Wash
I
your face,
think
both hands wash each other. Yeah.
shit. Some
Relationships
niggas don't even
about-
want to
about
serve on the
teamwork.
plate.
It's about
Yeah.
teamwork. It's about two partners running the pass, running who scores. It don't matter who score. Everybody in a competition about who's scoring. Like if I pass it to you, you score. All right, cool. The team
Yeah.
win. We winning. The family.
We in it
unit,
together,
cool.
right?
I'm saying like, it ain't, I'm not on. I'm kind of past that. But to be on like wifely duties, yo, just be a good teammate. That's a wife, a good teammate. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, my man, he found a good teammate. You know what I'm saying? She was able to be he Jordan, she Pippen, and on another day she's Jordan and he's Pippen. They back and forth, but they was a good team and they getting wins and they still married, so he seemed happy, seemed good. You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree with Derek. It shouldn't be no pressure. It should just flow. If I see a goddamn sock on the floor, I'm gonna pick it up. I ain't gonna just leave it there because I know you about to do laundry or something like that. It should just flow. It shouldn't be no pressure on either one. That's when the struggle
Be
come in.
considerate
Right.
though.
Effortless. It's supposed to
You're a grown
just.
ass man. Don't come and just take off your shit and just leave it in the middle of the fucking floor. Like, come on now, nigga. Like,
Nah, but in my marriage, I probably, honestly, whenever I was around, when I say around like that, because I was out of town a lot, whenever I was around, I would probably cook 70% of the time. I never had a problem with washing clothes. Like, all right, just whatever. I thought, I handled that. I never had a problem with that. Like I said, it just flowed naturally. I'm not going, if I'm hungry as hell, I'm not going to wait till you get off or come in at 6:30. Yeah, like that's stupid. Like,
yeah, share the responsibility.
Yeah, that is.
Share
Yeah,
the responsibility.
No pressure.
Yes, like your partner's supposed to
always say-
add to your life, enhance your life, not make your whole life or your world. That person's supposed to add to it.
That's my daily routine. I'm like, what you eat for breakfast? Did you eat yet? So
Yeah, if I'm cooking,
but
you
you ain't
be
gotta
eating.
fucking cook.
If I ask you to cook, you should cook.
She asking so she can go to DoorDash.
I ain't gonna do it. I'm down here by Wendy's. You want Wendy's? Or you want Taco Bell?
I just
I'm
try to make it.
It's a thought that counts, right? It's a thought that counts.
But like anybody,
with that, I always just try to make it.
Feed your ass.
The biggest obstacle to be is not no clothes. Not the biggest obstacle to be should be what time we catching that flight. Like that's the biggest argument I want to have. Like I don't want to argue over shit that needs to be done in the house. It doesn't matter regardless who does it. Like let's argue over which flight we catch, which day, some shit like that.
There is duties that the man needs to do though. Like it bothers me, and I look crazy. I look crazy at even some of my homies. They be like, "Oh, that shit you should be doing." Like, why is your woman dragging the trash cans down the driveway?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's why I was gonna say. I was gonna play devil's advocate, even though you got some three, including myself, good brothers on here, but I got some homies and I got some stories on her niggas. Like I just said, shorty can't feed. She can't hand me no meal on no paper plate. She got to get this, get that. I'm looking like, is that serious?
Some people do think that way.
Yeah, is that serious? And also just to I want to ask, what do you guys consider wifey duties? Because if you say you're doing wifey duties for a man, like Derek said, cooking and cleaning is not considered wifey duties to me because I'm gonna do that shit myself. So what exactly do you? It depends on the relationship. Like, what exactly do you consider wifey duties?
When we started this conversation, I already told them that a lot of the things that they mentioned don't apply to me
Right.
because it's just things that I do.
It's natural.
It's
It's
natural
that's
thing.
just me.
So it's natural thing you do in a relationship. Once you're in a relationship,
This is what I do on my daily life. And if I'm going to the laundromat, I'm going to wash clothes and you happen to have clothes and you're not even my man and you tell me, yeah, I will wash your clothes. I babysat other people's children for they can go to work, although the mother didn't like me just for the sake of because to help out. This is just my nature.
That's just how you are.
So these things come naturally to me. So I don't label them as this. But
Now,
people are like, why do you do this for this person? Hold on, time out. Let me finish. But also those actions have been misconstrued because I naturally do this, right? So then I have dated someone that they're like, I'm ready to move in. I want this. I'm like, yo, no. It's like, but you're doing all this. I'm like, no, this is just what I do. Don't get them mixed up. So then it's like, okay, am I doing too much by just being me and being helpful and being, feeding you because I'm cooking for me and you happen to be there. And, if I'm
and that's how you was raised.
Just exactly. That's just how it comes off naturally. But people take that as you think there is something else there because I'm doing this. And realistically, that's all it is. It's just this, I'm cooking, you're here. Hey, you want to eat?
That's it.
And I know well, I don't know. I'm asking, have you guys done wifey duties and the relationship didn't work out? So now you hold back going into the next relationship? Like, nah, I ain't
I'm
gonna
not
do all
doing that.
dumb
I'm me.
shit, because that shit ain't work. I did that
No, I'm
shit
not doing that.
for real, and that motherfucker ain't. I'm good.
Yes.
I ain't
Damn you,
doing.
bro.
I ain't doing all that shit. I was cooking, cleaning. Now the next brother got to
Right.
suffer.
So me, like just like Mariella, like naturally, watching my mom, like she taught me everything about everything when it comes to the house, because she was that domesticated. I don't cook. I don't work. I stay in the house. I take care of the kids. I cook, I clean, I take care of the house. That was her. That was her job. That was her role. So growing up, I watched her. She had me in the kitchen watching her cook. I learned how to cook at an early age. You know, everything that she's done to take care of the home, I've learned that. But at the flip side, I also had that whole hustle in me, far as having my own money and going to work and stuff too. So I had the best of both worlds, I guess you can say. But naturally, I always had that domesticated spirit in me, again, from my mother. So things that I've seen her doing, how to cater to men and how to cater to my dad, I can do it naturally, but it's nothing to me. So like Mariella was saying, it's nothing.
Because that's
You know what I mean? That's
you
just how I
are.
am. But I've noticed a lot of guys take that as either they're taking advantage of it, or they take it as, damn, I'm about to move in. Shit.
Girl.
I'm about to move the fuck in. Can I get a key? You know? So it's like at one point, and then you start doing it, and then you realize, what am I getting in return? Or you're doing it, and then he's not even really worthy of you doing it. So now you done did this to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I mean? You've done this catering, rubbing feet, and bringing food and cooking what you want. You want that baked mac and cheese, like that Southern, like, you know what I mean? Like, you doing all of this for somebody, and then you're gonna do the same thing for the next guy, and then you're gonna do the same thing for the next guy. Is it? Where do we say, you know what?
All the wires start getting twisted, and you start getting more domesticated. You start letting things slide and all that. You start cooking all that. Is when he start dropping that ham off. When he dropping that ham off, then everything get fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? Women.
You know what?
When he pull that ham out, and start nailing you to the cross every other night, that shit get real fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking like, yo, he really ain't shit, but I'm gonna cook for him anyway. You know what I'm saying? You get real to me. You turn Claire Huxtable real quick.
That doesn't even matter. Anyway, right?
Okay, let's keep that. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what causes. That's the equalizer that ends up turning shit around. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he ain't doing that and he piece of shit, oh yeah, you ready to be like you just did. But if only out there putting that mouth, you gonna be like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, come home like, hey, you ain't cook. You ain't cook. Hey, what's up with the attitude?
I was doing what I just said I was doing for potential. Just to backtrack for potential, and it's just like, nah.
And I feel that's why a lot of women pull back and hold back. Like both of you guys just explained. Like, you do all of this, and what am I getting in return? Like, what are you doing? Like, like Derek said, you're not taking out the trash. I gotta come home and do this and cook and clean.
You're not there when I need you.
You're not there, and then next relationship, that person gotta deal with that shit. But I always feel as though you can't bring your old relationship
into your new one, right? That's what I said.
Exactly.
You're going to be you regardless.
And I posted
that's just how you are. If
you're
doing it out to be genuine, and you doing it out the kindness of your heart, that's just you. That's what you're gonna do. And you just got to learn, if this person ain't kicking up, or they ain't putting in they half, or trying to bring stuff, then that's when you kind of just like, okay, you got to decide whether you're gonna walk away from it or you're gonna leave it. That's up to you. But at the end of the day, if you're you, you're you.
Every relationship is different. You know, when they say just because two people have the same person doesn't mean they have the same person.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Every relationship is a different experience.
I think that come with age too. Because if I was younger, and a nigga say he had my shorty, I'm looking at her like,
hey, but everybody got a past. Everybody has a past.
Of course, but it's
now a friend or something like that. Nah, you doing too much.
Still
I'm not good.
A friend, somebody I know. You even gotta be
pass.
like cool like that. But it's somebody I know, like a what's up? We see each other. It's cool, and you had her. I'm talking about when I was younger.
Okay.
You just
Because I'm like,
had the same person. It ain't the same. But I was younger. I look at it different now. Like they said before earlier in the old episode.
more mature.
More mature. You like I don't really care what
Mhm.
you did before. man.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
I
I'm
done
saying.
had my, I did what I did
I have
too.
a
Shit, you might know a
question.
friend I done.
Have you guys
know?
ever dated someone that your friend dated? Like if your friend dated somebody, I don't care if it's 10 years back, have you dated or would you date
That's a
somebody
good
that your friend
question,
dated?
Mariella.
You're not
I
going to
have a
say
question.
you would because they always going to say they won't.
Yes or
No, men will.
I was about
Shit,
to
hell
say,
yeah,
I was
man,
just
will.
about to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
the
haven't
girls.
done it, but I will.
We be saying that, but women, the men will.
you guys?
You ever dated somebody?
I've done it. I've done it, but I didn't know until it was presented to me.
Okay.
Until it was presented to me by her,
Okay.
and it was like,
You got to respect her for
We-
that.
no, I do. We were far down the line. It was strange because it happened in college, right? It happened in college. Them two
Everybody
went to
with
high
the
school.
face.
Them two went to high school together. So I was in a totally different state when it happened. We just so happened to be playing on the same team in college when it happened. So they were like dating like junior, senior year, and I'm freshman year. I hooked up with her, but I didn't know. But it was no static. It was no problem. No
Did
problem
it
with.
stop
no.
after you found out that she did date someone that you were friends with?
Nah, I was already deep in.
Okay.
Yeah, and I it wasn't like friend. We were teammates.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it kind of it happened.
What about you, sir?
I haven't personally, but I mean,
Yeah,
Can you
just-
talk up a little
they,
bit?
They banged them.
I can't
haven't
really hear you all the way.
I said I haven't personally really crossed paths like that. Would I? It just depends on how far separated it is. Like if it's one of my close friends that's within my circle, probably not. Like Eric and I, you know what I'm saying, we been in a bunch of different locker rooms. So of course guys are always gonna cross paths on different teams and all of that. It just depends, but definitely if the woman is upfront with it and it's like, look, I used to date such and such, this is when I did, blah, blah, blah. At least let me know. Don't have me, you know what I'm saying? Me and Eric was just talking about this last week. Don't have me, you know what I'm saying, bringing you to an event with some retired players and you done dealt with two dudes in here, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't embarrass me like that. You know what I mean? At least let me know. I probably, now, depending on where our vibe is, I might not care. Like Eric said, like, it depends. It depends on the woman and how I feel about you. But if you just have me walking in here blind, like, you got me looking crazy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No,
I like
men
to know
go
what's
through-
going on first.
it's a
Don't
lot
let
of
nobody else tell me
competition
nothing
with men.
about nobody.
Then men are in competition a lot.
The reason that I asked this
Yeah.
is because that what is it, the B2K guys, Omarion's baby mother is dating one of the
Fizz.
other guys that was in the singing group, and then there were
Mhm.
two other people that they showed, someone posted, two other artists, and they posted the picture, like the person that was close to them that they were doing music.
The money bag, yo.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I've seen that.
She loves G Herbo.
Oh, with
yes.
Ari.
And then they showed when he was with
We gonna be nice, okay?
But even in sports, it happens all the time. Like you could take a certain female, put her at the top, and break down a timeline with her, with this person from this team, this person. It happens like that. And I think some guys just want to deal with that female just because of who she is. They want to take it for a test drive just
Any
to
type of
say,
industry.
"Oh, I had that already." So yeah.
Any type of industry. It's a competition.
And it's not to say like if a woman deals with a certain circle of men that make her, like, if a woman she deal with athletes that makes her, you know what I'm saying, a gold digger or whatever, that's just what she like. You know what I'm saying? That's just what she like. I ain't gonna fault you for what you like, what you attracted to. You might like a certain physique or a
I
certain
like
type
big
of
backs.
Right.
Strong
You
legs.
might like certain
Football
things.
players.
But I can definitely judge you. I can definitely judge you on the frequency of how often you was getting, how often you was getting laid down by a certain group of men in a certain area in the demographic. Like,
So we had an episode recently that spoke about that. So if I have 5 failed relationship with 5 NFL players, I'm at fault, and you won't date me?
It's
and,
like
and
you
couldn't, and
almost,
you couldn't
it's like
lock,
you
and you
almost
couldn't- hold up,
Evelyn
and you
Lozada.
couldn't, hold up, and you couldn't lock down none of them. Well,
Well,
something
maybe
going
they
on.
can't
No,
down
because
her.
how
That
many
was-
exes
Right.
have
Listen
you
to
had?
the
Right.
episode,
This
yeah.
is like Keisha and Nico and that comment
Maybe
that they
they
made
can't
to her
lock
with that
down
other with
her.
our past episode. How many have you had in the past and you wasn't able? You know what I'm saying? And you said you single. So how many have you had in that you
It
wasn't
could just
able to
be
tie
she's
down
looking
nobody?
for-
So you get what I'm
They
saying?
weren't
But I-
compatible. So-
But I wasn't. But in regards to the women, it was like it was a diverse group as women spread out out of different circles.
Not in the
You
same
want-
circle.
But just
Yeah,
like
you
you
going
just
after men.
said,
You going after men. You going after men in the
Of
same
course.
in the same type of career, in the same circle, same vein of
You
everything.
got money, she
Like,
don't. What's the
Yo,
difference?
it's too much. It's too much overlap. You know what I'm saying? Like that's prime example. Like that's if I was dating like a bunch of women that's in the podcast industry. You know what I'm saying? Like all y'all may know each other. Y'all all competing for
You know,
the same
nah,
type of
you
list.
up to something.
And I'm like boom, 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 like a cross. You gonna be like, damn, he was with them girl on that joint. This one.
Or it could have just been, oh, he got to know this person and started dating him and kicking it with him and kind of find out they doing a podcast.
I mean,
So if
Everybody
Bernice,
doing a
so
podcast.
if Bernice went through
Alright,
your
you
whole
get-
team,
you
you
get
would
what
give her
I'm
a
saying?
chance?
Everybody
You
doing
said
something.
It's not
Bernice?
something.
acting like us.
you
If
said
Bernice said what? What you say,
go
Bobby?
team.
If
I mean,
Bernice, he know why I'm
Look, listen to that.
Let me ask you this.
know why we
Bernice
Let me
might
ask you
get
this.
cash, you heard?
Say, I ain't gonna
Let
wife
me
her,
ask
but
y'all
I'm
this.
gonna do
I
my
was like,
there-
hey, come on. Come on. Let
She
me
welcome.
Let me cook.
So let me ask you this. Is there a difference between Kim Kardashian and Evelyn Lozada?
That's a great.
Besides the
In what-
money?
In what sense?
I mean, I guess the whole dating thing, the athletes, et cetera, the failed relationships. Is it a difference between those two?
I see two women who
It ain't
did
no
they who
difference.
did what they did. They dealt
Can-
with who they dealt with, people in their
can we
circle and
throw-
stuff like that. I don't see.
Can we throw some broke bitches in the mix?
I was about to say, they
They just got
businesses. They.
money.
I mean,
I don't think
Can you put like
I
what's
feel like they
um,
try to date with
what's the
people
brother
like
When
you
they
said
rich,
in they in the
baby
circle,
mother?
not in the
The
circle, but
Kardashian
people that
brother,
have the
baby
same
mother?
type of thing.
Black
I'm
China?
not saying
Yeah,
China,
can we
but-
throw on Netflix or somebody?
Who? Like China?
Yeah, like if he did like a black
China
China,
got
maybe
paper.
somebody who's coming up ain't got no money. But when you on rich people time,
You
it's
on ri-
like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you're
You gonna-
judging them. They're rich. They can pick and choose whatever the hell they want to do, and nobody can say
Yeah,
shit.
like you
because-
said,
Like,
we
what
don't
they doing is what they
financially,
doing.
well, we don't financially rewind. What was it?
We don't go backwards
We don't go
financially.
backwards. So
They don't go
You
backwards
can't be mad at
sexually,
him.
right?
Yeah, you can't be mad.
That's
at
what
him.
Financially, so
I said
who
you
did Evelyn start out with? Evelyn's
You
first
can't go
husband was
back
who?
to a 9-to-5 guy.
I think she can.
Evelyn was fooling with
Let me see.
NBA
No,
players.
what's
She
that?
was in
I
the NBA
can't
circle.
hear what he's saying.
What you say, Derek?
I said Evelyn, when she started, she was in the NBA circle.
Mm-hmm.
Her first was like I think her husband was Antoine Walker, and before that it was Kenny. It was all it was an NBA. Then she just kind of shifted over to the NFL.
Baseball.
She went to
What?
football.
No. She went to the NFL first. Started fooling with Chad. Chad had a football moment, done busting their head. So then she went over to the baseball.
No, yeah, that's with the baseball.
Then she went to baseball. Baseball money. She thought she hit it because she like I'm gonna have a baby with this one because that baseball money long.
So
That
baseball
250
money-
million
Let me find me a
baseball. That's
Dominican.
250 million to the wallet. That ain't work out neither. It comes to a point where you looking at Evelyn like you done damn near hit you done hit the 3 out of the 4 major leagues. And you still
Like,
ain't
what are you
doing
working
it.
for, right?
Hold on, what I missed? What's the
I don't
fourth
even
one?
mean to
So-
laugh.
It's kind of like you know what I'm saying, like a coach, like my college
Okay,
coach
okay.
told me one time, told our team, he was like, don't look left, don't look right. Motherfucker, it's you. Boo-boo, it's you.
Yeah.
You're the common denominator.
You.
Okay, so
It's
what,
not
she
with
Puerto
you,
Rican?
boo. You gotta look at you. When you look in the mirror, you gotta look at you, yo.
I
You
thought she was
could
mixed.
hit
I mean,
Her parents.
major leagues and you done been to the World Series, NBA Finals, and Super Bowl and still ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Okay,
I
it's
can
her.
see. I can
It's
see
her.
what you mean because
It's her.
even I don't. I
It's
mean,
her.
I don't even consider her rich because what money she has is what from what?
I
You don't
consider
got that. It all came from
right,
somebody
the
that
reality
played
show with her kid. That's
Shit, she only got one.
that's
But
it.
listen, Charles
your whole
Basketball
NBA wife.
And then she got
NBA
the
lifestyle
2 kids.
was predicated off of the circle that you
daughter
into
to
this.
do model.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think that a smart woman if she's smart, she can turn that into a career. Some of them smart. Shawnee O'Neal and them, they turned who they married or who they had babies with and turned it into an empire and made money.
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
Made sure that they was good. Yeah.
Salute, because I'll tell you this, they're the 1%, because the other 99, them joints is broke. They waiting for somebody to pay. You know what I'm saying? They out here waiting for somebody to take care of them. They waiting. So
we gotta check that statistic, because I don't think it's just a 1%.
Bitch, you gonna know who the fuck I am. I'm making name for my motherfucking self. So when I branch off, you gonna know who I am. I don't care if I'm Obama wife.
But didn't Shaq not like that though? That was like one of the things that he didn't like when they were going through their breakup with Shawnee. Shawnee was smart.
Because you exposing business. You exposing business that possibly I don't want to talk about. I don't want the world to know.
No, I mean about how her business moves. She had a secret stash that he didn't know about. She was saving money.
Would you be
in a separate bank account?
I do remember that.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
If your wife had a secret
Hell yeah.
Will you be offended?
If I'm the only breadwinner, yeah.
Yeah.
If you both breadwinners and she had a secret stash?
Why?
Both bringing in money, and she had a secret stash.
She got a secret stash. Crazy.
Crazy. Just to throw that off. My wife just bought me a 70-inch TV. I was looking at her sideways, like, oh man, what you getting this money for? That shit was a good 9 to 1200, and I'm like. She's like, don't worry, I got my little stash.
Right, rainy day savings. You giving something or whatever.
Yeah, she called it. She said, "Leave your ass money."
There you go.
Secret stash in this man money.
Like that.
She got that.
Yeah, exactly. That's not even. That's not even rainy day money. That's not even rainy day money. That's
rainy day. Why do I have to spend everything that I'm getting? Everything that you're giving me. Why do I have to spend it?
I wouldn't trip though. But if she's hiding money, like you said, stashing money away, then. Yeah, because my wife, I told her that because we have our joint account and we all have our own account. And I told her a certain amount of money that comes from my job goes there. A certain amount that comes from properties that we own goes to my own account. It's not a large amount. It's just small that goes into my account. And I told her to do the same. Like, do that. Like, you're supposed to have your own. You know, your own, if you want to go spend
just in case.
Shit, you ain't got to go into the joint account and all that, just your own in case. But if she's taking money from our other stuff and stashing it away that I don't know about, different. I'm going to be upset.
I'm going to leave it.
I'm going to be like,
that's how they
that's stealing.
That's how they said Shaq. That's how they said Shaq looked at it, because remember, she didn't have a job. She didn't have a job. Okay? Shawnee, she was saving the money that he was giving her and he was providing and put in a secret stash that he didn't know about for a rainy day.
You leave yourself open for that though, because Shaq left himself open, even him, because you can't get mad at her stashing money when you stashing hoes though. You know what I'm saying? So that was really her. That was her being able to. That was her being able to kind of like cancel it out. Like, oh, I'm gonna stash his money. I know.
Look at what happened to Tasha.
Wasn't she fucking with the trainer?
Power.
Who said that? Who said that?
What? Wasn't Shawnee O'Neal fucking with her trainer?
Yeah, that was like
that was dirty.
Wait, during the marriage or after? I missed this part. During the marriage or after?
I think that was her.
Your man is on the road. You fucking somebody.
That was her trainer. She was knocking the trainer off.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
No, they all are.
It's like, you kind of left yourself open.
What you say, Derek?
I said he kind of left himself open because it's like you leave yourself vulnerable at that point. Like if you out here moving around and your woman know it, you kind of gotta expect her to. You gotta expect her to either be barren, either she got some things going on the side, or she.
Cheat, is it okay for me to cheat?
Hell no, you crazy?
Let's go into this double standard shit. Let's go.
But I didn't say it was a double standard because I said it wasn't cool that he was stashing hoes. So I didn't make it a double standard. You shouldn't be stashing hoes. If you got, I mean, that's just what it is. Like
so you cheated. And you felt like you need to get that off you. So now I'm upset. I can't go cheat back to get this frustration off my belt.
Nah.
Call it even.
Not if we married. That ain't not marriage play. We don't play games.
If you're dating, you're not married.
I don't think it's okay to do that with dating.
Ain't no getting it off. You better just go
Why?
to
'Cause
the
we women,
just
right?
podcast.
There we
you
go.
know, get
That's how I feel.
Now, hold on. Now, let me tell you this. Would you trust me to trust you after you do that?
That's
He put himself open. He put
that's-
himself out there for that.
I would expect to get
Because
fried up every
like,
so often.
Seriously.
and let me say this. Like, let's say you did
Right.
something, right? You cheated, right? And then you see that I'm not reactive of it, but now you're like, she up to
Looking at me
something.
sideways.
She up to something.
Now you checking my phone
So
and
now
shit.
you don't trust me because you already fucked up.
'Cause you
That
a mess.
happens.
insecure.
Because you
And you're
got a
like,
guilty,
God
guilty
damn it, how the hell
conscience.
I'm the one on the hot seat when you the
When
one
you done
cheated?
Exactly. Just because I don't want to deal with you right now. I'm just mad.
Yeah.
Because
always-
if you
they always reverse the
forgive a
roles,
little too
always.
easy, then either you did it, either you saying we even, or you got something going on.
But then if I
Exactly. So
take
then-
too long or I'm not trying to forgive, then what? Because you say if you
Where's
forgive
the-
too easy, so where's the medium?
It is
Like,
what it is. To me personally, I feel as though, like, say if somebody cheats, or if, like, just say if I cheat, and I come clean with her, I get caught,
Mhm.
and we had that discussion, and I admit to it. Look, all right, I did, I fucked up, I
Mhm.
cheated, boom, boom. I'm putting it all in your hands. Like, look,
Mhm.
I still want to be with you. I fucked up. It's all on you. It's how you take it. You want to take me back? You don't want to take me back? The
We
ball
can't
is in
do
your
that.
court. Whatever
Mhm.
decision you make is cool. If you say, "Look, I'm done with it," cool. We're
You
done.
only
I'ma
admit
still
because you know we
try.
weak
I'm
enough
about to
to
I'ma
say.
still
take you
try.
back.
Okay.
I'ma still try to
It's
get
not
back with you.
genuine.
What you
It's
mean?
not genuine. They know we weak. That's what we want for you to beg and say you sorry. It's not
Ooh,
genuine.
you said that's what women want?
That's what we want. We want you to show us that attention and show
Cry, pour our
yes, we
heart
want
out.
you to
Because we
do
be
that.
looking for
'Cause we
clarification
look-
and
we
shit.
want that.
I want you
A
outside
reason
my
to wanna
window,
give you-
like Ray J.
We want
If I
that.
had
Holding
one
the
wish
radio.
in the rain,
What?
in the
In the
rain.
Holding the
Nah,
We
I
know we deserve, and we know it's not
Nah,
good for us,
no.
but that's what we want.
apologize, be
We don't
genuine,
want to
but
do like even if you say like fuck this, I don't give a fuck a day. We still probably going.
I respect the
But you don't like
honesty.
These
I
the same
respect the
women that will
truth.
probably say, I want him to come to my
You owe me a
window,
fucking
but then he
explanation.
ignores you for 2
Why did
weeks
you
and then
do
he
it?
hits you up like, yo, what up? And you
Nah,
still
I'm-
answer.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Because we be the dumb ones to still answer. He doesn't do none of this special shit. And then, where you at? You're like, all right, I'm about to go argue with him. Yeah, bitch, yeah, right? You ain't gonna argue with him?
I mean, it's
I'm gonna show him one good last time.
And then one good last time,
Last
second
time,
good
get
last
outta
time, and then the
here.
third
When you
good.
hit me up, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna
That's
say
what it-
this and say that. Then nigga be like,
Like, come outside. You be like,
And it's,
"All right,
I'm
let me-
going outside. I'll
let
be
me
right
find my
back.
slides,
I'll be right
right?"
back.
put him on with
See
you.
it here.
nah, but women are more forgiving though.
Yeah.
We are.
Absolutely.
But it's scary. You know
We
what?
want
You
the
know what I
relationship,
just.
we
You
want
know
the
what I
family.
just. You know what I just realized as I got older and talked to more people. It's a lot of brothers out here taking women back that cheat.
They do. We see them.
I was shocked at that. I looked
think
at it.
it's
I
a
thought
pride thing.
I thought it was. I thought it was some shit like niggas be like,
Why?
I'm done
They
up with
be-
you, but go ahead.
They be homeless because they be homeless sexuals. That's why.
Okay.
They don't got nowhere to
It's
live.
an
Ladies, if
agenda.
you're going
They
to
don't
cheat,
gotta-
lower your
they listen.
standards.
They can't
They don't
just
got
look
nowhere to
at income. We
live.
want
They
our
don't got a
nowhere to
house
live.
bill. They don't got a car to drive. So they like, look, I got to take her back.
It can't be
me.
because of the child.
You gotta
Yeah,
fuck
that's
me,
it.
finance me.
It
I'm
can't
a
be because of the
homeless
child because
That's
we
what
deal
that
with
was
it.
it, right?
We deal with it most of the time because of the child. So it can't be because of the child. Like this, my son. I want no other nigga to raise my son. I want no nigga to raise my daughter. It can't be because of that. No.
Listen.
But that's what we go through.
Niggas be homeless
That's my
sexuals, man.
argument.
Niggas don't be having no place to live. They don't be having their shit together. They gotta do what they gotta do. That's why.
That's why.
I'm taking Shorty back, man. I'm
Remember,
forgiving her.
remember what you said last week? You said when women cheat, it's more of an emotional
It
thing.
is.
When
I
men cheat,
agree.
it's more of a physical thing. So
Mhm.
yeah, you're giving yourself to someone in more ways than one. So then it's just like, yeah, that
Uh-huh.
disconnect. Yeah,
Mhm.
like it's a matter
So-
of
so let me
it's
ask
y'all
your
this.
fucking ego that's bruised.
Does this really work? So we're beefing. I cheated. Whatever. You come downstairs to the car and I ask you, you hungry? Does that really
Oh,
work?
that shit works.
Oh nah, nope, it don't work because
You
my
hungry? Let's get something to eat.
nah, I'm gonna go eat that food and I'm gonna still be mad as
I'ma
hell and I
be
still don't want to
mad.
fucking
I'ma
kick
eat.
it.
I'ma
And
say, yeah,
I'm
of
going
course.
home
I'ma
and
say,
you
yeah.
going home after and I still don't want to
I
fucking
just
kick it.
ate and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm
I just had a
hungry.
whole happy meal. Like,
Right?
I'm
I'll
like,
take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
but I'm
I'll
still
take
fucking
it,
mad.
but I'm mad as hell, and I still don't want to kick it, and
No,
I'm
tomorrow I'm
still
mad.
going
So y'all
to
ain't
answer
slick.
your
All
ass
that,
when I
all that,
all that.
let's talk in person. Especially if he laying the head.
Oh,
with that.
we can definitely talk in
Let's talk
person. I want to see your
man.
face.
Pull
when
up.
you
Let's
lie
have this
to me.
conversation real
Yeah.
quick.
Some crab legs.
So you get
Yeah.
crab legs.
Crab
I'ma
leg me, please.
I'm
and
gonna take all of
Patron
that.
Bring a
And
bottle
then-
of wine real quick.
And then I'm going home. And then I'm going home after.
Crab
Say
boil?
crab legs. What?
I want a whole boil bag. A whole boil bag.
You said that.
And I want potatoes, I want corn, I want sausage in mine, shrimp. I
I'm
want
still going home after.
and I'm still going home.
I want to
after.
go back to.
Let me call me crazy if you
Uh-huh.
want to.
No, you
Call me
not.
crazy if you want
Still
to.
going home.
'Cause
He ain't going home.
I'm
He-
going home.
He gonna
And I
know.
don't want to kick it, and I'm still
Nah,
gonna
nah.
text
He
messages
going
and
nah,
phone
'cause
calls.
like I
That's why I
said,
feel like I wanna
he
talk.
know
No, you
if he got the keys to where he know what hot buttons and what to say to you and know the
Exactly.
truth,
Right.
that you gonna be right. You gonna finish that bag of boil. You gonna go right upstairs and he gonna drag. He gonna
Nah.
go right behind you.
If I do, it's gonna be on my accord, on my say so.
Or yes, say so, man. He gonna tell you hurry up and eat, and you gonna press your ass right up them steps, and it's gonna go take.
But you know that
I'm
starts
just-
that
I'm-
cycle. But no, you probably would because then you'll be feeling some type of way. If you
Mm-mm.
have too many drinks.
Nah,
you're
not the
gonna be
first time.
But you probably would. But what happens
Just to not
is
give you
that
the satisfaction,
it's
I'm not
that
gonna do it. That's just
cycle.
me. Too
you may
petty.
not, but it's that
No,
I gotta
cycle.
stop with
I
too
may
petty.
do it, and then I'm gonna lay in your chest 2 days later when you think the shit is over, and be like, so
Second time.
about the other day. So it's never.
You think
Yeah.
they care? They already
Yeah.
got the box. You think they really care?
Yeah, we care.
Hell
We
yeah,
want
they
our woman
care.
back.
They ain't trying to hear what you talking about because they
So,
ain't
you
trying.
at that
Nah,
point, you know
I'm
you
just
got the
saying
woman
they
back.
care, but they not trying to hear what you're talking about.
Like
'Cause-
nobody they don't want that. That's like the worst. Like you laid
No,
up.
I'm not gonna do it the first
Bring
time,
it
but the
back to
second
old-
time you
bring it
got
back
me.
to old
Yeah,
conversation,
second time
old
you got
argument. You done rehashed
Like
it.
a
It's a
curveball.
rehash, and you thought you was in the clear. Like
Right,
you thought you was
right.
clear, and then you
That's why
rehashed
they
this
care,
shit.
but they don't want to
Yeah,
hear
they
that
really
shit.
could.
Because like you done
that-
gave me some seasoned
Right.
oil.
So, babe.
You may
Yeah.
not
You
want to say
thought-
me the
No,
same
for
day.
You
What?
get what I'm saying? That's why I said the
You
first
laying
time
in
you're
bed,
not
thought
getting me.
everything
That
was
second
fucking
time,
okay, then like,
yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
give you that
so-
attention. I'm gonna hear you out,
Now,
and
what
I'm still
happened
gonna bring it up because I'm
with,
still mad.
So who's Rebecca?
So we need to talk.
Now, what happened with this?
Now y'all laying in bed. You done fed crab legs.
Yeah, so what's up? Oh, you
Five
thought I
course
forgot?
dinner.
Oh, you thought nah? That meal ain't
So, yeah,
forget none of that.
we need to
I'm not
talk.
forgiving nothing.
We need to talk.
Listen, we hate that shit.
I know.
Man, listen, man.
That frames y'all?
Once we don't pour our heart
Y'all like
out
the
and
sweet
said,
stuff.
don't confess, don't gave everything, don't told you the whole nine,
Y'all want
everything,
that to be it.
gave you the boil, don't have made up sex. A week later, you bring that shit back up. Like, come on,
No.
man. I done dealt with this shit already. I done told you.
Why you keep bringing up the
Why you keep
past?
bringing
My
it up?
fucking shit is. It's funny how motherfucker. It's funny how.
How you feel like that?
It's funny how you just thought that you know.
Or you'll come outside and be like, oh, you got a blue shirt on? Is that the same blue shirt you had on in that picture I saw on your phone? You know what I mean? But
Look,
okay,
he having
so we can
flashbacks.
just say, if you genuinely say, I'm sorry and I apologize, and y'all talk about it, and y'all both have to agree that after this, that is it. We're not going to bring this up
But you gotta
again.
think
It is
about
over
it.
with then.
Men are manipulators.
Women.
So how you
about-
know when it's
I'm
genuine?
about to say it's,
though?
What?
I'm about to say it's
No,
both
too.
ways. It's women that's manipulators too.
but
I done seen them.
time out, pause. I'm sorry, Yana. But how
What
you
doing, bitch?
how you with a dude that you don't know when they pouring
No, I
When they
know.
lying or
No,
telling
when
the
they
truth.
lying
Oh,
or
I
not.
know. I know, but we like he said, we're more forgiving.
Oh,
So
so
we
you trying
know
to
he's
say
fucking lying. He's trying to manipulate us, but we're forgiving.
he's done that before?
Yeah, we're forgiving. We know it's a fucking lie. It's like, babe, I'm not going to cheat ever again. I never talk to my babe. Like talk to. We know it's a fucking lie, but we just want to feel like we won over you. It's
How
you
so?
tell
And so,
us-
no,
you
some
tell us
women
what
be
you
some
want us to
women
hear
some women
at
just
the
be wanting
moment.
that, just be wanting
You-
any excuse to just hear you out.
Yeah.
So you just go, that's
It's an excuse. You tell us what you want us.
it.
to
really
hear.
do. Some women
We
just
know
be
it's
wanting
bullshit,
that.
but
I
we
just
wanna
want to
hear
hear. I
it.
just want a reason to give you another chance to bullshit me again
I agree.
or to
We
do me
wanna
dirty.
humiliate
Sometimes that's why
you,
sometimes
but
you don't
isn't
even
that-
need to ask
isn't that-
because you know the answer
Isn't
half the
that
times when
something
you ask
after,
it.
let's just say, the second time he cheats? Or you want that after the first? You think it's an excuse after the first time?
No,
You see? After the first time,
First
you're
of all,
going to be like,
first-
that's an excuse? So what's the whole point of, getting back?
No, the first. It depends. I'm
But
so saying it really
They're
depends
talking
because the
about
first
all this
time I'm already
returning
mad as hell.
after cheating, but I know personally it's been situations where someone has cheated and instead of although this is what you quote unquote want and you have the perfect woman and whatever, you also have opted out of leaving this because now there's too much complications and you don't want to deal with it. So you know what, let me just go with the person that I was cheating with that I can potentially start something up with fresh. Because that's also the double standard of it. Like, you know, like, do I want to continue to argue with you about this because there is no winning, or just cut my losses and just move on to the next chick that either I started with or someone else that is not involved in this relationship? Because sometimes it just gets to that point that who the fuck wants to argue every day? I'm not a man, but who wants to do that every day? But if I don't get the closure as a woman that I feel I deserve, when does it end? Realistically, someone asked me, right, the other day and told me, what do you consider, why did I keep bringing something up? And I was like, because I haven't healed. And they asked me, it was like, what do you consider healing? And it just like paused me for a moment. I was like, fuck, I'm healed. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just this thing that I just can't fucking let go. And that's it.
We go through satisfaction.
We crazy. I'm crazy. Forget women. Now I'm crazy.
We don't want nobody to have nothing over us. So it's a satisfaction thing. Like, I want you to prove to me. I want you to embarrass that bitch for me.
And I promise you, I said oh God, did I want to say that? I said I was publicly embarrassed and I expect a public apology.
As no, I understand that.
And then
completely.
to that depth, it was like, how do you expect there is no way for you to display a public apology. There isn't. Like if I give you the analytics of it, there's no way for you to break down and do exactly what I'm telling you to do to satisfy the action that I want from you.
Yeah.
So that's just
like you said, not gonna be satisfied.
So I want it,
kinda.
but I don't know how to tell you how to deliver it. But okay. But make sure you do it.
No, but I get what you're
Kinda
saying. Public embarrassment should, don't be trying to privately apologize about shit. No, I understand that completely. And it is ways to do it. I don't know when I don't know when enough is gonna be enough.
Can I go back
but
to the whole
make me feel
doing
like
wifey duties real quick?
Right.
Please.
Because we just got all topic with this whole shit.
I mean, it's completely fine. I like the dialogue, but I just want to go back to something that Derek said a few minutes ago, or earlier in the episode about that shit is, and you too, Dion. He was like, man, that shit is like, I don't know, because we are, what do they call ourselves? We're not the Z generation. We're millennials.
Yeah.
Maybe is it because
I think that's what they call it when you before.
But it's like, is it because we're millennials where we're just like, you know, fuck all that making food and who cooks and who cleans and who put the plate up and who's doing what and all that quote unquote wifey duties. We're past that. Or fixing my plate and feeding me first, because you know that was the whole debate too.
Yes.
On social media, like who do you feed first? Your
husband or your kids
and all that stuff. So we're past that. Are we also past holding doors for women?
No,
I don't think so. A lot of people don't do it, but I think that is something that's always welcomed. Like, why wouldn't you?
Someone said, "What is it?" If you're walking in the street, right, and they said the lady should never be on the side
outside; they should be on the inside.
And I pointed that out. Like I realistically, I really look at that. I'm like, I want to see what's your reaction.
Right.
Someone just
I don't even give
that
people
out.
a chance because I just do it. I'm like, I'll move you.
So some old school things and sayings we could just nix off and be like, that's old. But why? How do we choose that? How do you choose that to be like, okay, that's still in effect?
I don't
know
think
because not to say like it's like really weird, but if you deal with like a boss, he used to being protected. He used to being in the inside. So everybody walk on the outside of him and he used to being protected.
Nah, because
that's just
like
girl. So people in the industry, they got security. They block. They in the inside. Okay, the women is on the side of them too, so the women's being blocked too. So now, on the regular day, walking down the street,
so that has nothing to do with old school, nothing. That's just more about security and protection.
Yeah, because like that's them. They blocked by security. You dealing with a man that's like a boss. He's protected. So now y'all walking down the street.
So he expects you to protect him as y'all
walking
down the street?
Right.
Nah, she said we're looking for this stuff. You be looking for it, but he's not used to it. He's not used to it because he's used to being protected.
But
that's when communication works.
But my thing is that how you are with every female? If you're walking down the street with your daughter, are you going to? Because you're a boss, right? Are you going to put your daughter on the opposite street? Exactly.
I'm her protector, so that's different.
No. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
the guy, that person.
Yeah. No. So the same way you are going to treat every special
going out to dinner and paying the bill and expected to pay the bill. I got the bill.
don't think to go back on what you said, Crystal. I don't think is as far as the cook and the clean, the old school mentality. I don't think it's pushed aside. I just think it's not it's not as important as it is as it was back in the days. I guess before the
mindset is different.
Because you make
the
a cook
mindset is
something better than
different.
me.
Yeah, and
So-
I feel as though is
Maybe
like
better cook.
each gentleman, including me, name different things we look at as wifey
Mhm.
duties.
Right.
We don't look
Mhm.
at the old school ways where mom used to stay home, like you just described. Like you just talked about your mother, where the lady stayed home and she's supposed to cook, clean, take care of the kids, and do all of that. Now everybody's working. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, not 50-50. Bill,
But
I was about to say that.
but
Exactly.
the women is
Exactly.
working.
It's a team effort.
It's a team effort.
One hand wash the
Yeah,
face,
one
both
hand
hands wash
washes
each
and-
other.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's days where I used to get my ass chewed out. That
Mhm.
you know, at the time when my wife was working, and she'll come home and
House is messed up or
ain't-
something.
shit ain't done up. And
Ain't
she
no
like, nigga, I
food.
was working all day.
Yeah.
You couldn't do
Yeah,
this,
it's like
do
you-
that. So
yeah.
it goes both ways. I don't think
Mhm.
it's pushed. I mean, to the side, but it's just not a need or want. It's
Right.
not like if she don't do that, she not wifey.
Right.
There's other things that's more important because, like you stated, how Tiff came in was like, yo, you got a daughter, tighten the fuck up.
Yeah.
Things like that. The other girls wasn't doing that. They didn't give a shit about your child, where she was at, was she sleep in another room, or where she was, nothing like
And that's
that.
how you knew who was genuinely there. Yeah.
And it
Okay.
was different. Like I said,
Yes.
that right there caught my attention. It was like, oh shit, like
Mhm.
Shorty really. Now
was
I want
hard
to spend
not
more
to.
time with her.
Yeah.
Like I ain't had time
Yeah.
for you other bitches
Yeah.
no more. Like
Yeah.
I'm with her.
Yeah.
She was literally
She give a fuck.
And now,
Yeah.
I mean, she probably gonna hear this episode, so I will admit the shit now. Because I joke with her a lot. I'd be like, damn, when we first got together, your ass never wanted to go home. You was at my crib. And she always said, you ain't want me to go home, nigga. So now I could admit, yeah, I ain't want your ass to go home because I enjoyed the company. Your ass was cooking. Fuck out here, like, your ass was cooking. You know what I mean? Sunday, you was chilling, you was cleaning. It felt like a home.
Right.
You know what I mean? It felt like something
Yeah.
something I was working on.
So all of that, guys, and all of that, Mariella, you said you had a good plan to win, right? So that's not a such thing. So a lot of women, we feel like, so, oh, my man ain't got to worry about nothing. We talk about boyfriends. My man ain't got to worry about nothing because he come home and the food is in the microwave. So you're saying that don't really mean, that ain't the end all be all when it comes to you guys picking a woman. Let's say you have a whole slew lineup of women. Things like that isn't the end all be all. It takes more to it than just how to keep a household and if you can cook.
What
or you
would
can clean.
make you, what would be your not ideal, but what would, if you have a roster of women, right? What would make one of those women stand out? What would be one thing or maybe two things that woman could do or would do or has done in the past that has made that woman specifically stand out of all the women in your circle?
To clarify.
Just an idea. Give us an idea.
Definitely, I guess pointing out potential that she's seeing me that I've never seen in myself. Definitely coming in with substance. I mean, these days for me, it's just seemed like it's just ass and lashes, you know. So it got to be something more than that. So if you see the potential in me that I didn't see it myself, and you helped me conquer that, then yeah, that's A1. You at the top. What I'm fiddling around and juggling with the other 10 for? You win.
Yeah. That's after you get to know somebody. You got to get to know them. That's the catch.
That's a good one.
You got to get to know them.
What about you, Derek?
You got to be willing to open up, man.
Yeah.
I think one that kind of like puts you above the rest is just paying attention, like being able to pay attention to what I'm like, to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, like I said, if you got to be able to like take your man's temperature and know what type of man you're dealing with. Like, I think a lot of times women get so wrapped up in just checking off boxes, especially when they get over 30, because they like, all right, I got to be able to hit this point where, all right, two months we dating, a year we this, ring, boom, 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 and you done checked all these boxes. You done missed out. You don't even really know who this man is. You know what I'm saying? You done missed the whole shit. You don't even know, like, you don't, and literally go back to it. You don't even know the teammate that you playing with. You don't know what he's good at. Like, he may not be good at shooting. He just may be able to just dunk. That's all he can do. So now you got to be able to shoot for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of times I think that's really what I guess put a woman above all the rest is that if she knows she's able to analyze me, know like, okay, this is some of his greats, this is his goods, and this is some of his faults. Let me try to help him with his faults. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to help fill in the gaps. Not complete him, because you should be wanting to complete yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want, but if I know he got a couple deficiencies or gaps that I want to help fix, then let me give him a little assistance. Let me tell him like, yo, what's something simple, something so simple of, you don't know how to like manage your time well enough with all the stuff you got going. So I'm gonna tell you either a book to read to teach you about it, or
break this
something
down.
to watch on YouTube. Or I'm gonna give you something to educate, to build you up, like Eric said. Like but women will just sit there and watch like, well, he worked crazy hours, but he bringing home that bag. I really don't like it because he don't pay enough attention to me, but he bringing the money and he paying for everything. Now you 5 years in or whatever, and then you realizing like, he don't pay me no attention, and now it's a whole shit show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Checking all boxes.
We'll find out years later.
I agree.
Think about,
Like
you working so hard. I know it got to be a better way to manage your time. Or
Yes.
it got to be something that we can do that
Yes.
can cut those hours back.
Or simply, like I said before, you simply just on some like, when you get off of work Friday, you closing up everything, no computer, no phones. For 2 days, we doing this. We family time, it's us time, no work, cut the phone off. You need to detach, whatever you got going on. That's it.
So that's a perfect example, because we were talking about the Super Bowl, everybody going down there when it was in Miami. So I got in contact with Derek. And Derek was like, when you think about the Super Bowl, you think about you going down there having fun, parties, club. Derek was like, I'm going down there for an hour, and I'm getting back on the plane. So everything is work. So sometimes you get no fun. Everything is work.
Facts. Like I dead ass went to Super Bowl. Like Eric and them, they was down there Wednesday, Thursday was road trip. I was like, I gotta make an appearance. I'm flying on Sunday. I'm back on the plane by 6. The game's over. By the time we back in Jersey and Newark Airport by midnight.
But would y'all believe us if we went down there Super Bowl weekend? Y'all gonna say we went and fucked somebody and came back?
Nah, you
Look at her face smiling.
You ain't watch football
We got
damn
flew out.
season.
So you watching football?
You watch football
They gonna say
season
we
now.
got flew out, bitch.
Now you out there for Super Bowl.
We got flew
week.
out.
if you just popped up and was like, yo, I'm going to Super Bowl, then out of nowhere, and I know you don't even watch it or nothing like that.
Right.
Like, look at you crazy. But the same thing, but you could say the same thing if you turned around and was like, yo, I'm going to Essence Fest. I'm like, yo.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's at the end of the day, I don't want to micromanage my woman. I don't want my woman micromanaging
Right.
me. Go do you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you reprimanding me on what I want to do, because I'm going to do what I want. But you better know when you outside, you better come back home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what time Cinderella, you got to be back in the house.
So at the end of the day, guys, we have to know, like, it's not a competition.
She's a real Cinderella right here.
I am.
Be back in the
So
crib.
Like she be leaving the
Clock
boy.
strike 12, mama. It's time to be back. You got to tell your girls it's time to go.
Oh,
Time to go.
yeah.
She texts us
You'll
from the
have to tell me that.
car.
But she
You'll have to tell
texts
me
us
that.
from
I
the
know.
car.
I'm like, I can feel it.
It's
I gotta
not
go.
wrong with that though. It's not wrong with it. Because if
I'm
you
about
with
to turn
somebody,
back. I
do
gotta go.
what you gotta do. But she will leave your ass quick, faster than
She'll leave you in
ever.
the
Man,
mall.
tell you-
and-
It
tell
don't
you
matter
about-
where. She's like, you
I'll
leaving?
FaceTime y'all later, yo. I'ma holler at y'all. I'll FaceTime y'all. We get on the Zoom later, girl.
Exactly. We'll catch y'all bitches later.
Right. I got something to do.
Just to wrap
Gotta
it
be
up,
somewhere.
it's important that we close by saying, just be yourselves.
That's it.
That's
Right.
it. It takes
That's
more
it.
energy to try to figure people out, try to figure out what you think a man is going to like and what you
Right.
think a man likes. And
Or trying to
it-
prove yourself.
oh, he
or-
likes
or
fried
be
chicken.
loyal. I gotta do this. I
Let me
gotta
go
do
on
that.
YouTube and figure out what's the best way to fry this.
Be
Just
you.
relax.
If you want to genuinely try to do something different to try to, you know what I'm saying, to help or better your relationship, that's one thing. But when you pretending and all that extra stuff,
Is it gonna
leave
be
that shit
represented,
alone.
right, Mariana?
Yeah, leave that shit alone.
Because
Be
you know what, you're taking
Be
so much
you.
time trying to study this person, try to fit into this person, perfect representation of this box of what you think this guy is,
Mhm.
that you're you're not
You're
even
losing
paying
You're
yourself.
forgetting about
attention.
You're losing
you.
Or you're
yourself.
not even
You're
paying
forgetting
attention to
about
what
you.
really matters or
Yes.
what he really likes,
Yes.
son.
Yes.
You know,
just
so-
going with some made up shit that you just, kind of like put together in your own head of what this person should be or what you should be. Like you said, when you trying to marry that
Checking off
the
boxes.
person that you
right.
right.
Girl, be
Right.
alone. Somebody accept you.
We gonna end with.
Somebody accept you. Don't tell
It's
everybody.
somebody out there
Don't
for
tell
everybody.
everybody the truth. though. They
It's
ain't gotta
somebody
know.
out there for
What
everybody.
they don't know won't hurt them, okay? Don't believe that shit. They say all skeletons come out the closet. No, the fuck it don't. Move the fuck away. Nobody don't know you, bitch.
Wow.
Move to Atlanta.
son.
North
Move
Carolina.
to Atlanta like everybody else.
For I'm about to
do.
say like everybody else, everybody named
Everybody
other
run
than
into Atlanta, North
Charlotte.
Carolina, Charlotte.
Who the Atlanta?
Move to Charlotte.
So there's no such thing as quote unquote wifey duties because what
You gonna be charged with
could be
No.
wifey duties to one guy is completely different
It's-
from the next guy. Just
right.
be yourself. Relax.
just be yourself. It's less complicated that way, easy on your life, their life, and then have
Just
time
when you
end
do
up-
it, make it count. Make that nigga remember your ass. Specifically
Yo.
for a nigga.
Look at it. What, do what?
Do everything.
Do what?
Make it count.
But we thank
Spell out
you
Mississippi
and
on
appreciate
that
you
bitch.
We
guys
thank
for
y'all
coming.
for coming.
Thank you
We
guys.
appreciate y'all being here. Y'all tune in, follow, like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit.
Let us know if y'all want these gentlemen back.
All of that.
We got
Or
more
if you want
sauce
to
for
be a
y'all.
guest as well.
Right. And
Tune in and
questions.
what?
Zone out. Appreciate it.
We thank you so much.